Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Steve and I am from the Bellingham Public Library in Massachusetts. I am excited today because we are announcing the 2019 Cartwheel Book Award nominees. This is our 6th year doing the Cartwheel Book Awards, and this is the best set of books that we have chosen yet, so I'm super excited to share them with you. If you do not know what the Cartwheel Book Awards are, in a nutshell, we pick 10 books that 9 to 12-year-olds read throughout the course of the year, and as you finish reading the books, you then have a chance to vote for your favorite in 6 categories: favorite book cover, favorite female character, favorite male character, best written, and best ending. After you make those votes and everybody gets a chance to vote, we tally them up, and then we contact the winning authors who graciously send in acceptance speeches, and then we have a big awards night. Now, if you decide to join, you would be able to come to that night if you would like to, but we also videotape it and everybody will get to share it. More details about that awards program is at our website, www.cartwheelbookawards.org. So without further ado, let us announce the 10 nominees for the 2019 Cartwheel Book Awards. The first nominated book is called Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. This is written by Dusty Bowling, and it is a great choice for those of you who are looking for wonder read-alikes. The main character in the story is Avon, and she was born without any arms. She tells all of her friends and people that she has just met that she, in fact, lost her arms alligator wrestling or maybe in a fire in Tanzania. But the truth is she was born without them. But don't feel bad for her because she does not feel bad for herself. She's making do and she's doing a great job until she realizes that her parents have decided that they are going to move her from Kansas to Arizona because they are going to take a job at Stagecoach Pass, which is an amusement park. And when they are there, she of course has to answer all the questions again about what happened to her arms, and she'll have to deal with all the looks and everything. But she meets somebody named Connor, who has a disability of his own. And together, they help lift each other up. They go on adventures around the park, and they even find their way into the secret room that holds bigger secrets than Avon could ever have imagined. So, as you know, it is hard to solve a mystery. It's hard to help a friend, and it's hard to face your worst fears. But Avon discovers that she can do them all, even without arms. So that is Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus. Our second nominee is called Last Day on Mars, and this is written by Kevin Emerson. If you like science fiction, you might like this one quite a bit. It is the year 2213, about 195 years in the future, and Earth does not exist anymore. Not since it was burned to a crisp by the sun, which has mysteriously begun the process of going supernova. The human race has fled to Mars, but only for a little while as they gather intelligence and everything that they need to prepare for a second trip, a 150-year journey to a distant star, which we believe is our best hope as a planet to have a new place to live. Liam, whose parents are scientists working on this project, is one of the last people left on Mars. He is with his friend Phoebe, whose parents are also still on Mars, and they are going to be in the last starliner to depart before Mars, like Earth before it disappears completely, or so he thinks. Because before this day is over, Liam and Phoebe will make a series of profound discoveries about the nature of time and space, and find out that the human race is just one of many who are fighting for survival. Adventure, mystery, science fiction, survival, all wrapped in one book. Last Day on Mars. Book number 3 is called Clicked by Tamara Ireland Stone. Allie can't wait to show her best friends what she did at Code Girls, the summer camp that she went to over the summer. In fact, while she was there, Allie created an app called Clicked, which pairs users based on common interests and sends them on a fun and occasionally rule-breaking scavenger hunt to find each other. And it is a hit. By the second day of school, everybody is talking about Clicked. Watching her app go viral is amazing. Leaderboards are filling up. Everyone is making new friends. Allie is just about the most popular girl in school, and with all the data that she is collecting, she has even a better shot at beating her arch nemesis, Nathan, at the upcoming youth coding competition. But when Allie discovers a glitch in her app, which threatens to expose everyone's secrets, she has to figure out how to make things right, even if that means sharing the computer lab with Nathan and asking him for help. Can Allie fix her app, stop it from doing any more damage, and win back the friends it hurt, all before she goes before the judges to present Clicked to at the competition? You'll have to read to find out. That is Clicked. For you animal lovers, our next book might appeal to you. It is called A Dog Like Daisy, and the author of this story is Kristen O'Donnell Tubb, and it is told from the perspective of a rescued pit bull as she trains to be a service dog for an injured veteran and his family. This dog is funny and thoughtful, but she is in a little bit of a hurry because she has only 10 weeks to prove her usefulness, or else she's going to be sent back to the pound. Yet if she goes back, who's going to help Colonel Victor with his PTSD attacks? Or save his little human, Micah, from those infernal ear muzzles, which we call earphones? What if no one ever adopts her again? Determined to become the elite protector the Colonel needs, Daisy vows to ace the service dog test. She'll accept the ridiculous leash and learn to sit, heel, shake, and even do your business, Daisy, when told to. But Daisy must first learn how to face her own fears from the past, or risk losing the family she's so desperate to guard again. And that is A Dog Like Daisy. Book number 5 is Prisoner of Ice and Snow, wrote by Ruth Lauren. When Valor is arrested, she could not be happier. Demodova's prison for criminal children is exactly where she wants to be. You see, Valor's sister Sasha is already serving a life sentence for stealing from the royal family, and Valor is going to help her escape from the inside. Never mind that no one has escaped from this prison in over 300 years. Valor has a plan and resources most could only dream about, but she did not count on having to outsmart both the guards and her fellow prison inmates. If Valor's plan is to succeed, she'll need to make unlikely allies. And if the plan fails, she and Sasha could end up with fates worse than prison. This is exciting, it is adventurous, it is like Frozen and Brave meets Prison Break. Lots going on in this one. Prisoner of Ice and Snow. Our next book is called The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street, written by Karina Jan Glazer. Sorry about that. The Vanderbeekers have always lived in the brownstone on 141st Street in Harlem, New York. It is practically another member of the family. So when their reclusive, curmudgeonly landlord decides not to renew their lease, the 5 siblings have exactly 11 days to do whatever it takes to stay in their beloved home and convince the dreaded Biederman just how wonderful they are. And all is fair in love and war when it comes to keeping their home. This story is funny, it's charming, and it's sweet, and I think it's going to be a classic. And that is called The Vanderbeekers of 141st Street. Next, for you mystery lovers, you might just like this one. It is called The Real Mccoys, and it's written by Matthew Swanson and Robbie Beer. Bold, opinionated, and haplessly self-confident, the world's greatest 4th grade detective faces her biggest challenge when someone kidnaps her beloved school mascot, Eddie the Owl. Moxie is on the case, but she's forced to fly solo now that her best friend and crime-solving partner has moved away. Moxie must interview her classmates, both as potential new best friends and potential suspects. She finds clues and points fingers, but can't save the owl on her own, as it turns out. Enter Moxie's younger brother, Milton, who is quiet, cautious, and as boring as a butter knife. But he's a good listener. Can the Real Mccoys form an unlikely alliance and solve the crime of the century? Written with illustrations throughout, this funny mystery is going to be a crowd pleaser, I think. The Real Mccoys. Next, let's go back in history a little bit. And we're going to introduce our next nominee, which is called The Unexpected Life of Oliver Pitts Cromwell, written by Avi. This is high adventure from a master storyteller about one boy's attempt to fend for himself among cruel orphan masters, corrupt magistrates, and conniving thieves. It is 1724, and we are in the seaside town of Melcombe Regis, England, where Oliver wakes up to find that his father is disappeared and his house is flooded from a storm. He is now alone in his ruined home with no money and no food. All he has is a waterlogged note from his father, which he can barely read. All he can tell from that note is that his father has gone to London, where Oliver's sister Charity is in trouble of some kind. Exploring damage to the town in the storm's aftermath, Oliver discovers a shipwreck on the beach. Now, removing anything from a shipwreck is a hanging offense. But when you don't have any money or any food, you don't think straight. So Oliver steals some money. And when his crime is discovered, he flees, following a trail left by his father and his sister. He is on the run for his life, on a journey full of thieves, adventurers, and treachery. And when he reaches London, he finds out that might be the most dangerous part of all. This will probably be enjoyed by all of you, but especially if you're fans of a series of unfortunate events, because let's just say that Oliver is not the luckiest kid around. We have two more nominees. The next nominee is called Wish Tree by Katherine Applegate, who is the author of the very popular book, The One and Only Ivan. And believe it or not, this story is told completely from the point of view of a tree. Red is an oak tree who is many rings old. She is the neighborhood wish tree. Basically, that means that people write wishes on pieces of cloth and they hang it from her branches. Along with her crow friend Bongo and other animals who seek refuge in Red's hollows, this wish tree watches over the neighborhood. You might say that Red has seen it all. That is, until a new family moves to town. Not everyone is very welcoming to this family, and Red's experiences as a wish tree are more important than ever. And that is Wish Tree. The final book nominee for the 2019 Cartwheel Book Awards is by Jessica Townsend. It is the first book of a series called Nevermore, and the name of the first book is The Trial of Morrigan Crowe. This is a wonderful book choice for those of you who are fans of Harry Potter and The Lightning Thief. So I know there's lots of fans right off the bat. Morrigan Crowe is cursed. She was born on Eventide, the unluckiest day for any child to be born. For example, when you're born on that day, you're cursed. So she is blamed for all kinds of misfortunes, from hailstorms to heart attacks. And worst of all, the curse means that Morrigan is doomed to die at midnight on her 11th birthday. But as Morrigan awaits her fate, a strange and remarkable man named Jupiter North appears. Chased by black smoke hounds and shadowy hunters on horseback, he whisks her away to the safety of a secret magical city called Nevermore. It is there that Morrigan discovers Jupiter has chosen her to contend for a place in the city's most prestigious organization, the Wondrous Society. In order to join, she must compete in 4 difficult and dangerous trials with hundreds of other kids, each boasting an extraordinary talent that sets them apart, an extraordinary talent that Morrigan is sure she does not have. Out of those hundreds of kids, only 9 are chosen. To stay in the safety of Nevermore for good, Morrigan will need to find a way to pass the tests, or she'll have to leave the city to confront her deadly fate. And let me just tell you, this book has been sold to a movie studio, and already it is being made into a movie. So that is Nevermore, The Trials of Morrigan Crowe. And those, my friends, are the 10 nominees for the 2019 Cartwheel Book Awards. Again, we are looking for members to join and want to read all those books and vote. So if you are interested, you do not have to live in Bellingham, Massachusetts. You can live anywhere. All you have to do, again, is go to the Book Awards website, www.cartwheelbookawards.org, and then you can sign up there. You can also find out more information and contact me there. I want to say thank you for listening.